Hello my friends, this is FC7 and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me on my journey to document these great old quests in EQ. Today I am working on the Druid Epic 2.0 Staff of Everliving Brambles. And it all starts in the Abysmal Sea. And you will need to find this NPC named Reyfin Malakawa. I think that's how you pronounce it. And what I'm doing is just using tracking to find her. I find that worked out well because I could not use the regular find button because destinations were not easily found in this zone. So the NPC is located right over here. So once again, this quest is in the Abysmal Sea, and you will need to have finished your Epic 1.5 to start it. So just hail Reyfin, and Reyfin will give you a ragged cloth bag, which is right there on the screen. And now it is on to forage 2 rune fragments. And you can either do that in Barindu or Furubi. So you'll need to sit here and just keep pressing the forage key. So I just zoned in from the guild hall, or you can also use the Druid teleporter to Barindu. And don't worry about getting duplicates because a lore message pops up if you accidentally forage the same rune. Altogether, these two took me about 3 or 4 hours just sitting here foraging. Okay, so with this next step, it's a little bit complicated. You need to, first of all, head to Qinimi. And you need to find either a broken rites dancer or a melancholy architect. So right now I'm using tracking to try to find one or the other. So I'm tracking a melancholy architect, and I'll find one somewhere around here. So there should be one to the left over here. So there's one right up there on the ledge. So what you need to do is type out the words, "What about the rune fragments?" And you will receive a threadbare cloth bag and an undamaged knockfang. So you can get those even if you have bad faction and they're attacking you. So as you can see, I'm just going to create a hot button here so I can just spam the phrase, the question, "What about the rune fragments?" And the first item you'll get is the bag, and then you'll get the fang. So there's one fang, undamaged knockfang, and if you just keep spamming it, you'll keep getting a fang each time, and you'll need to get 6 of them at least. So just combine them, and that will create a closed cloth bag. And now this part is tricky because you have to hand it back to the Rites Dancer or the Architect, but they won't accept it if you have bad factions. So what I had to do was log on to my Enchanter, and the Enchanter just charmed a Rites Dancer, and then I was able to do the turn-in, because your faction has to be at least indifferent. This is an old trick I found doing the OT hammer back in the day with my Necromancer. So then you'll receive the third rune fragment, which is right there. And then you just do the combine. And you'll create a wrapped cloth bag. And now it is back to Reyfin in the Abysmal Sea. Hand it in. As soon as you hand it in, you will receive a rune of Uisasha. And you'll need to go to Nadaria's Landing next. And then just type out the words, "What of Uisasha?" and then hand in the rune. And then go through the text. So I'll just hand that in. So now just click on the plan to find. He will give you a thick leather bag. It's a 4-slot. And now you need to find 4 shards to put in there. So you'll need to go to 4 different locations for 4 different shards. So the first location is in Dranik Scar. And you'll need to find Tranlinor the Maimed. And he's a knock. So what I'm going to do is, this is zoning in from the blood fields. And then just take a right up here. Right where this area is. And then just use your tracking key to track his location. It's really that easy. So he should pop around here somewhere. So I'm just looking at the tracking, trying to find his name, and eventually he pops up. There he is. And he's a really easy fight. Of course, I'm doing this as a level 110 Druid. So like I say in all my videos, if you're on the progression servers, I apologize. I don't have a lot of strategies because my characters are so high a level that really don't need raid encounters or groups to take these guys down. So there's the first shard. It's the wind shard. And now on to the next location, which is Noble's Causeway. And you will need to find the Bazu Scavenger. This is zoning in from Dranik Scar. So he's around the Ukun Packleader camp. You'll need to loot the frost shard from him. So he's around this corner. Right up here a ways. Gonna have tracking up. So there he is. And again, this is an easy fight. And there's a second shard. So the next step is to go to the Wall of Slaughter and just track a retired soldier just from the zone in here. There'll be 2 Nervious Guardians around him, and you'll need to defeat the 2 Nervious Guardians for the retired soldier to awaken an aggro, and he'll become the Lightning Lord. So I'll show his location here. This is just zoning in from the guild hall. So right over here. So you'll just need to defeat these 2 Nervous Guardians. He'll drop the rain shard. So here he turns into the Lightning Lord. And he's the one that drops the shard that you need, which is right there. So now that you have 3, you'll need the 4th, which is back in Qinimi. So you'll need to find a shrine. And at first I thought it was this thing over here, but apparently it's not. It's this area right here, and as you approach it, 3 mobs will spawn. That's Commander Gorlakt, Spirit Lord Mind, and Spirit Lord Body. So once you defeat one of those 2, then Gorlakt will become active and start attacking. So as I approached the shrine, they just appeared and started walking, so I assume once you zone in, they spawn. Not much to say about this fight. It was pretty straightforward. Again, I'm level 110, so it really was not much of an issue. And he will drop the Spirit Shard. And a chest can spawn after he's dead. I had my healer mercenary up just in case there was an issue, because druids aren't too DPS heavy, so there we go. There's the spirit shard. So once you have all 4, you can put them in the thick leather bag and combine them, and this will result in the Synched leather bag, which is right there. Now you take it back to the Historian in Nadaria's Landing and hand it in. So now you take the bag to Historian Finrazel in Nadaria's Landing, hand it in, but he says that he can't help you, and you will have to go back to the Abysmal Sea and hand the bag in to Reyfin. So this part's a little bit strange because you do the turn in and Reyfin does not say anything to you, just makes a gesture with his hands. And that means you have to find another NPC in the zone named Leafdew and hand her the bag. So after you do the turn in to Reyfin, just use tracking to look for Leafdew. And she isn't too far away, she's just up here towards the front of the ship. So right here. So hand her the bag, and you will get an insulated container sketch and the synced leather bag back. And now you have to make a clump of refined ancient Taelosian clay. But in order to do that, you need to get a chunk of broken ancient stoneworker. You can either go hunt the stoneworkers anywhere in Gates of Discord, or just go to the bazaar, which is what I did. This guy is selling it for 5,000 platinum, which isn't too bad. And make sure that it says ancient, because there's actually 2 different types. There's a chunk of broken ancient stoneworker, and there's like a regular one. Be sure to get the ancient one. And then you need to go to the Abysmal Sea again and go to Hiloan O'Yviania, which I'll show you the location of exactly where that NPC is. So hand it in, and then you get 2 of the clumps. And now you need to combine the clump with the sketch. And you need to do that in a kiln, which I just used the one in the guild lobby, or the guild hall, the regular guild hall. That will create an insulated container. So now that you have that, you need to go to Velketor's laboratory, and you need to find a Pulsing frozen heart, which can drop from 2 mobs, the Velketor's experiments and the failed experiments. And I thought I would just add in how to get to the locations, because I don't know if a lot of people have been to Velks and the tricks that you need to navigate to where Velketor actually spawns. So this whole area is icy, so you really want to be careful. It's very easy to slide off here. But if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you've played Everquest a long time and you know about this zone and the trick here. Just be very careful in this part, or else you'll fall down. And you need to run back here all over again. So now you just come through here, and run to Velketor's spawn point. Which is right through this door. You might get some aggro, but don't worry. It's a low-level zone. And the area that I found the heart to drop from is right up here. So right in this room. These are all placeholders for the experiment. So as you can see, the experiment popped. Must have had some computer trouble at the time because the graphics slowed down a bit there, but there's the frozen heart. And then you'll need to combine the bag and the heart and the insulated container, and this will create a frozen rain spirit. So after creating the frozen rain spirit, go to Burning Woods and search for a crippled worm. He will drop an Everburning Jagged Tree Limb, and this is me zoning in from Skyfire Mountains. Just take a left and use tracking and you should find him in no time. He's at plus 3000, 0. And he won't spawn unless you've already created the frozen rain spirit. So again, he was really easy. So just loot the Everburning Jagged Tree Limb. And now I just thought I would show a little bit of anguish in how I looted the globe of discordant energy, which of course is your 2.0 globe. You'll need that for the next step. Okay, so the next step is pretty strange, and it's the first time I've ever seen this doing all these epic quests. You have to actually be in anguish to do the combine, to do the globe limb and frozen rain spirit in the insulated container. You have to be in anguish and be in the expedition, Anguish the Fallen Palace. So once you do the combine, you'll receive the Essence of Rainfall and the insulated container back. You have to combine the Essence of Rainfall with your Epic 1.5, and then you will be done with the quest, and you'll get your Epic 2.0. So that is the end of the Druid Epic 2.0. All in all, a really good quest. I thought the ending was a little bit unnecessary for you having to be in the Asylum of Anguish to do the combine. I had to get all of my alts out and form an expedition for this just to get the 2.0. So that should just about do it for this video. Any questions or comments, leave them below. I think that should just about do it. Have a great day.